All right, first time in Washington D.C. Right. This has to be one of the most busiest and largest cities I ever been in because we literally right now we stand almost 1.7 miles from the White House, and it literally took us 3 minutes to drive. It took us 30 minutes to drive almost 3.5 miles. So it was almost 10 minutes a mile. Nothing I'm used to, and I can't get my hand around how many people and cars are in such a tight space. But let me tell you what happened today. We had a great day, but it started off kind of rough. 2,000 people here, he said. It's way more. It's 2 million people probably here. But today we went to the National African Museum, and it was one of the best museums I ever been to in my life. If you haven't been, I would say plan a trip. It's an all day event. You start, it's one, two, three floors in the bottom, and then it's 4 floors up top. So it literally, if you get there, we got there around 11, and we ain't pretty much leaves about 4 to 5 o'clock. So it's a entire day of fun. But I want to say, what did I take from it? What did I learn from it? The National African Museum it starts off in the first floor about slavery, and it is one of the most eye-opening things because if you just seen it was like if a ship send 1,000 people over. Some people, rather than being enslaved, they would jump off into the water with sharks. They would kill them stuff for starvation. So out of 1,000 slaves getting shipped from Africa over here to North America, by only about 450 to 500 will actually make it to the plantation and be slaves. And it talked about the whole process of once you arrive over here, different slave owners had to brand you. So like one guy had GK and would brand you with that. So it was an eye opening from that part. That was like it's just going back in history, seeing all the things, and then it had to show the one where the mother is getting sold or the child is being separated. So they literally yanking the child out the mom's hand, and she's pleading for her child, not be separated from her child. And she gets sold and shipped off. Or sometimes they would even kill their child because they didn't want their child to grow up in slavery. So, that was like the slavery part. And then it went in, as you start going to floors, all the great things that have came from the black people around the world that would invent it. How they, they'll take care of the garden for the slave master, but at nighttime they would service their own garden. So that was just like everything they did for them. If they built them a house, they could build themselves a house. So it was just an awesome day of checking out the museum. But this morning, my Wacom into Washington D.C. was so. All right, we had ballet, right? So we got to be to the museum about 11:30, and as we running behind a little bit, got these kids, and I'm downstairs. Valet comes. Family inside at the breakfast bar. So as valet comes, he hand me the keys. I take the keys. Boom. Meanwhile, it was a homeless guy standing maybe on the road, and he was like, he asked me, I have a cigarette. I said, no, I ain't have a cigarette. Right? So next thing you know, as I get my keys from valet, I go inside the building. Right? When I go inside the building, I'm in there for like 2-3 minutes. Tell them, all right, it's time to go get the food. Let's go. I'm coming back outside the building, and my front door to my truck is wide open. I'm like, I know I ain't leave the truck door open. Why is the door open? So immediately, as I look, the homeless guy is about maybe 5 to 7 feet from my truck now, instead of 15 feet. And he talking about, hey, you got any change? I'm like, no, I ain't got no change. But I'm looking at my head. I'm like, did I leave the door open? Or this guy, I know this guy ain't opened my door. So I'm thrown off. I'm just thrown off, right there, I'm thrown off, right? So I go to the truck, I open it. I ain't really have nothing in there, but I crank the truck up. But in my mind, I'm like, I know this guy ain't opened my truck door because he seen me go in the building. So I crank up the truck. When I crank up the truck, I slam the door, thinking I'm finna open the back door for the kids. But when I slam the front door, whenever you crank the truck up and you close the door, it automatically locks. I immediately just froze. I'm like, I know I just ain't locked my keys in the truck with the truck running. Yes, I did. And we got literally 45 minutes in this traffic to get all the way to the museum. So truck locked, truck running. I'm parked right in front of the hotel. I'm like, I panic. I don't know what to do. We in the city. I don't know where to find somebody to come help me. I call 911. 911. They answered. I say, yes, I locked my keys in my truck and it's running and it's in the middle of the street. I'm thinking that if I say it's in the middle of the street, they gonna send somebody over because evidently you don't want to be blocking traffic. I mean, we was in the street, but not really blocking traffic. You know, I was in front of the hotel. So I tell the lady at the dispatch, you know, I locked my keys in the truck. I need help fast because I'm trying to make it. This museum is every hour your ticket, so it's sold out for this whole weekend. It's Howard versus Tennessee football game. People are just here. It's sold out. So I'm like, we came all the way to DC, and we're not even going to get to go to the museum because I unlocked the keys in the truck. So at this point, the lady says, "Is there any children in the car or any babies?" I'm like, "No." She said, "Oh, you got to call somebody else." I'm like, "Oh, we ain't gonna make it. We not gonna make it, right?" So that's day, hung up the phone. She hung up. Click up. Hey, we got too many issues in the city to worry about locked car keys or whatever. So I immediately type in locksmith. Boom. First one I called, they say, we're booked for the day. We're too busy. I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, how are you booked for the day? Most of the time it'd be like, oh, it might be an hour wait or something. But the lady said, we booked for the day. We all out, all the guys out in the street. They ain't got. So hang up, call the next one. Lady said, all right, we got your information, got the hotel. I'm gonna have one of my guys to call you that's in the area. Don't worry. So, I'm gonna keep calling because whoever come in first, that's who I'm paying. So I hung up, kept calling. Next thing you know, he beats in. Where you at? I'm en route. He finally get there. He put the thing in the door, pump it up. He didn't even unlock the door. He just let the window down. The truck already running. He hit the button, let the window down. It's about 10:45 at this point, 10:50. We gotta be at 11:30, no parking. I'm like, this is gonna be a real challenge, but it's a lesson learned. Lesson learned. Slow down and be on time so you're not rushing. It's all because I'm rushing. I lock the key, too much going on with the city life, way too fast for me. But finally, I'm like, all right, no parking, so we gotta find somewhere to park. So type in GPS to the place. I see a hotel, pull up to the hotel. Hey, we try to get to the museum. We park here. Guys say, oh, because we're in a big, every time we park, oh, you're in a big truck, extra. Man, listen, we parked the truck. We had to walk maybe like 4 or 5 blocks. Got to the museum. Amazing day. But it did have a rough start. And I just want to say, Washington, D.C. is a busy, busy, busy place. And it welcomed me with $150 on my first day here. So that is my first time in Washington, D.C. We still here. Tomorrow we're going to the White House, sightsee, but it's definitely different from my everyday life. So hope y'all enjoyed that. And if you ever get the chance, check out the museum. It would enlighten you. It's a lot of information. And matter of fact, I'm gonna post some pictures after this video. So Y'all have a good one. Look at him messing up my video. And peace out. Talk to you later.